I'm gonna show you guys a way to play Brand, and you're not gonna believe how strong this champion really is. Because I honestly feel like 95% of the Brand players, they kind of spam their abilities and they don't really think about what they're truly doing. They don't really think about outplaying the enemy. And you know, you may have like a 50 to 60% hit rate with your abilities. You know, you're not gonna hit everything, but I'm gonna elevate this percentage to around 90%. And if you're able to reach that 90% number or even higher, consistently hit your abilities, this champion will pretty much always do the most damage in every game. You're gonna be getting crazy amounts of kills. Just listen. First of all, the build is very important. Also, the skin winners, I've already picked them. It's 4 winners for last month. They should be in a pinned comment, should be in the description. If you've won, message me on Discord or Instagram or anything like that. So, let's see. The build is very important, okay? Do not, and I repeat, do not build a Luden's Echo. Luden's Echo is an early game item. Brand doesn't want a Luden's Echo. This is not a good item. You want to instantly rush a Liandry's. Brand burns the enemies for a few seconds. During those few seconds, you're also going to be burning them with Liandry's. But the beautiful thing is, this is the beautiful thing. Each second over 3 seconds. This damage, this burning damage, gets refreshed every time you do any sort of damage to the enemy. This is why it's very good on Singed, right? Because on Singed, you're constantly burning the enemies with your fart gas. Brand is the same story. Whenever you hit any ability on the enemy, they're gonna be burning for 3 seconds. So every second you're refreshing the Liandry's, which means essentially if you hit your ability once on the enemy, you're utilizing the Liandry's passive twice. Because instead of them burning with Liandry's for 3 seconds, you know, with a normal ability, with Brand, they're going to be burning for 6 seconds with the Liandry's. That's why this is a core item on Brand, and you should always build it first item. Next up is going to be Boots of Mana. You can also rush Boots of Mana early game. These boots, they really made Brand good, and because of these boots, you don't really need a Luden's Echo because it gives you more than enough mana. Also, 8 magic penetration, very strong early game. Second item, Rabadon's Death Cap. This is to get those scalings. This is to get that high percentage damage with your passive, because your passive, whenever you hit enemies with 3 different abilities, or 3 abilities basically, not different abilities, because the ult can proc it multiple times, they're gonna be exploding, right? They'll explode, dealing a percentage of their maximum HP. And Rabadon's Death Cap is gonna put that percentage up from like 10% to like 17% instantly. You know what I mean? Like, Rabadon's Death Cap is gonna fill that big gap of damage. This is gonna allow you to do big damage. And contrary to popular belief, Rabadon's Death Cap is gonna be a counter to tanks as well as squishies on Brand. So don't be thinking like, oh, I need a quick Void Staff to counter tanks. No, you don't. You don't. Trust me. Get a Rabadon's Death Cap. This is good against everyone. Third item, Rift Maker. To heal you up. And you very easily stack up the true damage. Before your passive explodes on the enemy, you will always stack up the Rift Maker. So your passive, which explodes on the enemy, and it does damage based on their maximum health, will always do 9% bonus true damage. This is huge. This is huge damage. That's why, same story, never go for Void Staff third, always go for Rift Maker third. That's where we enter the last item, the fourth item, which is always also gonna be a Void Staff. This is to make your passive hurt even more. You already have those percentages up right now. You have the true damage up. Now all you need is the magic penetration to do even more damage. And when you get these 4 items, no frontline stands a chance against you. You're literally burning their HP. And then last item is a whatever. One of my favorites is gonna be a Rylai's Scepter as your very last item. Because at this point you already have more than enough damage. Rylai's Scepter is going to give you additional damage as well, of course. But the beauty of Rylai's Scepter is obviously the slowing. You burn the enemies for 3 seconds, they're going to be slowed for 3 seconds. So this is crazy. Like, on top of all the damage that you're doing, you're also going to be slowing them like crazy. And also it gives you a lot of health. 350 health is quite significant, even in the late game. And for the enchantment, always stasis. Always, you know, because if you get caught, you can basically spam your abilities, use your ultimate and stasis. When you use that stasis then, you know, your ult is going to keep jumping on the enemies. And you're gonna be burning them, doing a lot of damage, and you are in your stasis. And then before they can even attack you afterwards, they'll have lost like half of their HP, and then your team can finish them up. So stasis is just completely broken on Brand. For the runes, you go Electrocute. See here, I see some Brand players go for First Strike and stuff like that. Airy even. Airy is good on support Brand for poking, but Electrocute is generally the best. Also because you're going Rabadon's Deathcap second item, so you're gonna have a lot of scaling, a lot of AP, which means a lot of burst damage on the Electrocute. So Electrocute helps you in the earlier stages of the game, because all you have to do to proc the Electrocute is hit any ability, even your third ability, which is an auto-aim ability, and a basic attack. Because whenever you hit an ability, it does, you know, the ability damage and burning damage. These are two different ability damages. So as long as you just basic attack the enemy as well, you are proccing the Electrocute. So this allows you to have a very easy early game. Like you can trade very easily in the early game whenever you have your Electrocute up. Of course in the late game it's also quite good, but this rune is mainly there to get you through the early game. Talking about the early game, the rest of the runes suck early game. You go Gathering Storm to skill into the late game. You go Giant Slayer to skill into the late game. Almost every game Giant Slayer, by the way. Even if they only have one tank, you go Giant Slayer, because a lot of items give HP anyways, and you are mainly going to be focusing on taking down front lines anyways. So Giant Slayer pretty much always. Here Legend Bloodline, because there's no other better choice. And then last one, we go full damage, baby. You go for the Domination 3, Mark of the Week. You very easily hit multiple enemies with your abilities, so then when you throw in your ultimate, throw in any other ability, like your passive will do so much damage. The explosion will do 7% more damage. This is a huge rune for Brand, absolutely huge. Mark of the Week, trust me on this, it will give you crazy amounts of damage. So everything is a late game rune, really, even Mark of the Week, except for the Electrocute. This one is to get you through the early game. And for the spells, you go for Flash and Ignite. So that is it about the build. Let's now get into the gameplay. Alright, on to the gameplay. So I picked winners for the skin giveaway last month. I'm doing a giveaway this month too. 3 winners. All you have to do to enter is put down a comment under the video. I want to tell you guys something. I'm pretty annoyed because I actually wanted to stream today, but the stupid mirroring app that I was using, they changed it, and now you have to pay for it to get good quality. They always do this. It's like one company, they keep making these new apps. It's a PowerSoft, this stupid company. They keep making new apps. Every time they make these apps free to use for a couple months, so people get accustomed to them, then they make them paid. Or like, you know, you can use it without it being paid, but then it's gonna be trash quality. Then they're gonna, you know, stop developing the app, so you have to download a different app. They're gonna make a different app, same story. You can use it for a couple months, and then you would have to pay. Absolute stupid scams. And it's so dumb. There's not a single normal free app to mirror your phone to your PC. So I need to figure out how I can deal with that. But yes, let's focus on the gameplay right here. You can see I'm absolutely destroying this Akali. Like, Brand is not supposed to win early game, but I am destroying her in the earlier stages of the game. How am I doing that? First of all, the way you can hit your second ability quite easily in lane, like that, is to look at your minions. Like, just look at your minions, how much HP they have, and you'll know whether or not the enemy is going to be walking into those minions. If one of your minions is low HP, the enemies are likely going to go for them. Like right here, she's going to go for this minion. I can use that. Well, not like that. If she goes for it like that, I cannot hit her. But if one of your minions gets to a low amount of HP, you'll know the Akali is going to go for it. Like right here, I know she's going to go for the cannon. So I can use that to possibly get a hit on her. So I know she went for it, but I didn't want to take the risk in this particular situation because I also saw the Nunu coming. So I kind of just let it happen and walked back, instead of trying to bully her while the Nunu was coming to me. And also, your third ability is always a free hit, by the way. Your third ability is always a free hit. Use it to bully the enemy. You don't even have to use it on the enemy to hit it. You can also burn a minion with your first or second ability, and then your third ability is going to have huge range. So it can jump on the enemy, and it'll do exactly the same damage. Like, you don't have to hit it on the enemy. You can also just bounce it on them. So don't worry about that. And as a Brand, you don't have to win early. As long as you don't lose, okay? As long as you don't lose early, you are fine. I wanted to go back, but then I realized I can kind of shove this wave like really fast, as you can see. So I'm just pushing the wave right here, trying to get as many last hits as possible. Very important, of course, to get as many last hits as possible, especially on Brand, to reach that late game. And yeah, now I'm gonna go back. I ran out of mana. I'm probably gonna go Boots of Mana. I actually like going Boots of Mana early on in the game, just to be able to spam your abilities much more. You are gonna be delaying your Liandry's power spike, I know. But this actually, I would say this is worth it over rushing the Liandry's, because you have much more mana. It gives you a much easier lane, because you can spam your abilities much more. And yeah, basically that. I know you're probably not gonna get your Leanders before the first dragon. That's the only problem. But I would say it's worth having a much easier lane compared to getting an early Leanders. I'm gonna rotate, help them out here. I actually auto-aimed my first ability here because if the Nunu kept chasing the Jace or the Riven, whatever it was, that would have hit, stunned him, and killed him. But I think Jace flashed away or something like that. So Nunu stopped chasing him, and that's why I missed it. That is a very easy way to hit your first ability. If an enemy is chasing you or an ally, you will always know where the enemy is gonna go, right? Like 95% of the cases, you're gonna know where the enemy is gonna go. You can always stun them, and when they're stunned, you can hit another ability and easily proc your passive. For beginners, you should pretty much always start with your third ability, then your first ability, and then when you've stunned the enemy, you can use your second ability. Of course, each fight is different, of course. Sometimes you want to poke with your second ability, right? But I would say a rule of thumb, never poke with your first ability. Always use your first ability to stun the enemy. Because the main value from the first ability comes from stunning the enemy and proccing that passive. So never really use it. He flashed to me. Okay, I'm just gonna ult him, he's dead. Yep. I have no idea what the hell he was thinking. I just juked his third ability. It was a very easy dodge, actually. I'm really not sure what he was thinking with that. Stun, second ability. You see, simple combo. And it will do crazy amounts of damage late game. Right now, sure, it will do okay-ish damage. But late game, whoo, that combo right there will chunk down like 50-60% of Nunu's HP. Even if he goes full tank. It's ridiculous how much damage it does. Trust me. But yeah, I'm in the process of trying to figure out how the hell I'm supposed to stream right now. Because of the mirroring apps. If anyone... Well, you know what the problem is? I can't really stream with this cable because I cannot charge my phone while streaming. And you know, I know there is a solution to that, which is this thing. But this thing glitches all the time. It doesn't work properly. And I've bought multiple of those. It doesn't work. So I need a mirroring app. But I don't want to pay for this mirroring app again for it to disappear later on. And then, you know, another one will come out. Because it's the same company. So if anyone has a mirroring app or sort of a solution to this, maybe like another way of downloading the mirroring app. Oh, by the way, right there, Brand counters Nunu for this reason. If Nunu uses his snowball, you can always proc your passive easily. As long as you're just not stupid and you can properly hit your abilities, you can easily predict where he's gonna be, because he's using a snowball. He cannot dodge to the left or to the right. He can only walk forwards. So you can just use your third ability, first ability, and then your second ability. You'll always stun him out of his snowball, and you'll always proc your passive on him. Do crazy amounts of damage, and you're not allowing him to do his snowball things. Taking the minions, as you can see, and then we're gonna go right back. And basically maximum efficiency right here. I took the whole wave, the Herald pushed twice, and now we're gonna go back and get our Leandries. But also guys, if you're enjoying the video, make sure you give it a like. It really supports the channel a lot if you give it a like. It's a simple thing, but it really helps the channel a lot. So if you want to do that, it would be very, very nice. I actually really want to stream. How am I supposed to fix this issue, man? Because I've had this issue before as well. The exact same issue. But yeah, we'll see. We will see what the hell I'm gonna figure out. Oh, I hit her. I knew she was in the bush. Wait, how did I know she was in the bush? I remember this moment. Wait. Let's go back here. Okay, so Akali obviously walked into the bush here and is simply waiting for me to rotate, to ult me. That was so obvious. Like, you know, she pretended to just not be there because she thought I would go to bot lane. It was quite smart. Because, you know, of course I do want to go to bot lane. If I went through that bush, she would have killed me. Oh my god. Instant death. Instant death. I flash comboed my first ability thinking he would flash away. He didn't, so I got the double kill anyways. Oh baby, they just got roasted right there. Both of them. That was a nice gank. My ult did crazy damage and then my passive finished both of them off. I can rotate again. Jace is very low, so I am gonna try to possibly rotate. Oh, the chat. The actual devil. What is that? I remember this ADC was pretty happy with my performance this game. I remember that. I could possibly freeze the wave here, just to make Akali lose a lot of farm. Or I could shove it and rotate. Now, I saw that there is like a fight happening. I'm actually not even shoving it. I'm still freezing it. I didn't really seem to care too much about the fight. I just want to stay in my lane. Interesting. It's quite a selfish play. Now I'm shoving it. Okay. So it seems like now I want to rotate. I need to shove one more wave though. So I could shove one more wave and then I could rotate and look for a fight. Brand can push lanes pretty fast, by the way. It's pretty fast. There he goes again. If he went on me, I would have simply stunned him. He's going around, so I'm gonna stun him anyways. Oh, they're gonna catch me. So if they catch you like that, just use your ultimate. Is Akali dead? She took the heal? Wait a minute. I got you. So, if you're dead like that, just spam your abilities. Literally, don't even aim them. Just boom, 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 boom. And especially your ult. Just throw it. You know why? Because, like, just your ultimate especially. Your ultimate alone in the late game. And if you just hit any ability, as long as you just proc your passive and explode on the enemy, you will basically chunk down the entire enemy team to like 50% health. So even though you died, all of the enemies are low HP, which allows your team to win the 4v5 anyways. But this is what makes stasis completely broken on Brand. Can you imagine the enemies all collapsing on you? You spam all of your abilities, as I said, like I did earlier, and then you use stasis. So not only are you gonna chunk down everyone to 50% HP, you're also surviving. You're literally surviving a 5-man engage on you. So like, after that, you can easily win the fight. It's so easy right then. Let's see what happens right here. I do have an ultimate. Yeah, he knows it right now. By now, Nunu understands he is never gonna be able to snowball into me anymore. I could throw my ult onto them. Ah, that was a good Xayah ult, but my ult still jumped on them. Look at that, look at that. Boom and boom. Swain and the Akali are both super low health. Just look at the crazy amounts of damage I'm doing. It's just like... Brand just has ridiculous damage as long as you hit your abilities. As long as you hit your abilities. Obvious advice on how to hit your abilities more consistently is if the enemies are slowed or stunned or rooted or anything like that, it's very easy to hit it. If the enemies are walking up to you, it's very easy to hit it. Your third ability is always a free hit. I really recommend you to only really use your first ability if the enemies are stunned or if they're walking on close to you. No, if they're walking towards you, or if you're really close to the enemy, because then you can auto-aim your first ability. Because besides that, it's gonna be quite hard to hit your first ability consistently. Really try to find those situations where the enemies are stunned, slowed, or where the enemy is walking towards you, or where you're very close to the enemy. These three situations basically gives you a 95% hit rate on your first ability. It's very reliable. And then your second ability speaks for itself. It has a pretty big radius, so you can just try to aim it on the enemy. Your third ability is an auto aim. And about the third ability, you know, it's of course nice to start a fight with your third ability. However, it's also a good follow-up. For example, you started the fight with your second ability, okay? Let's say you did that. Your third ability can then be used to spread your fire to everyone, because the range is massive on your third ability if you use it on an enemy that is already burned. So if you prioritize single target damage, you start with your third ability. If you prioritize team-wide damage, you can start with your second ability like this, and then use your third ability on the Nunu, for example, if you reach him, to spread the fire to everyone, and then you can ult. So single target, you start with third ability. It's also more reliable to start with third ability, by the way. I'm dead here, so I need to just throw my ult. Yeah, just like that. I know I'm dead, but just throw your ult. Like, as you can see, it does a lot of damage. Now they are kind of low for the Baron, so they cannot do Baron anymore. So even if you die, you can provide a lot of value like that, you see? So I just used my ultimate, because I knew I was dead. Nice dodge. That was a nice dodge by the Ribbon. Ooh, that's a good Swain ultimate. He's keeping the Riven away. Oh my god. Yeah. They can't really take care of the Swain without me. Swain destroys Jace, and Nautilus cannot do anything against Swain either. Ezreal can, but like I am the one that needs to take down the Swain. You know, I'm the frontline guy. I need to take down the front lines. If he just stuns anyone, he's dead. Anyone, just hit your hook. Okay. Okay. He doesn't want to go in. Why? I could have easily gotten a kill there if he just went in. Damn. That is so stupid. Like, I'm really desperately telling him to go in because I want to fight. I know I can kill all of them if he just goes in. He's not going in! Just go in! Oh no, Akali's on me. I killed Tristana, but I'm dead. Yeah. To be honest, that was Nautilus' fault. He should have gone in way earlier. Like, if he went in way earlier, you know, Riven would have used her teleport. We would have just killed all of them, but now we lost the Baron and... Oh, man. I don't really know, like, why did the Nautilus not play much more aggressively there? I kind of expected him to do so, but he really didn't. Ezreal went for AP, but he's going for the wrong build. Oh, no. He went Lichbane. He didn't go for Nashor's Tooth. Well, Lichbane second is the right one, but he didn't go Nashor's Tooth afterwards. So he's like full AP, and he's never gonna be able to take down their front lines. Because I remember I think the Nunu went Spirit Visage, so this Ezreal will do 0 damage. I don't really care about Spirit Visage. I'll have Riftmaker, Void Staff, you know what I mean? I can shred right through that. That's the beauty of Brand. So yeah. Love this video. Alright, let's see. They're all grouping up around this dragon. Guy, I'm trying to bully. Look, you can bully him with the oh, what a beautiful bully right there. Literally Swain down to 50% health. You see, with one combo, you do so much damage when you reach that Riftmaker. Of course, they just get the dragon. I can't really do much against that. I'm just gonna ult him here and ignite, just because I know that's gonna kill him. I know that could be seen as a waste of an ult, but to be fair, it's worth it. I killed him. Right there, Nunu was trying to use his snowball. Of course, I'm just chunked down half his health, because he's never gonna be able to snowball around me, you know what I mean? Like, Brand is very good into these stationary types of targets, you know? You guys often ask me about drafting advice. Brand is good against predictable enemies and stationary enemies. So for example, Brand is not really good into Lucian. However, Brand is very good into Sion, because Sion stands still and, you know, he waits until he smashes the ground. Brand is basically just good into front lines, into these melee types of champions. That's what I can tell you. He's very good into these melee types of champions. Like Darius, he'll walk up to you. Riven is a bit of a questionable one, because Riven can't dodge your stuff. Same as Aatrox. You don't really... And Lilia, like, you never want to pick Brand into Lilia, because she can very easily dodge your ability, because she's so fast. You want to pick him into slower enemies. You want to... That's the type of stuff you want to pay attention to. Slow, big, beefy enemies. Nice, good poking right there. I hit him, and there we go. We procced our passive again. He's gonna be like half-life before the fight even starts. It's so good if you can bully enemies like that on Brand. It requires quite a lot of skill, I would say, though, on Brand, because it's really not easy. You really need to know where the enemies are moving and hit your abilities from max range as well, because you don't really want to get too close to the enemies. As long as if your team is with you, of course you can get close, but if you're alone and you just want to bully them, you need to bully them from maximum distance. Okay, he's using a ball again. We all know what time it is then. Boom. Okay, he stopped his ball. That's fine. That's also fine, because I'm denying his engage, you know? So even though I missed my ability, I just denied him going in. There's absolutely no way I am letting them do this Baron, but I need my team to go in. Okay, Akali is stunned. She'll take massive, massive damage right there. Like, I even killed her. Oh my god. I chunked her down from full HP. Yeah, they did get Baron because Akali went in. I'm gonna ult. Oh, that's a huge ultimate. Stasis. I can maybe kill, like, someone there. Oh, I hit it, but it's not enough. Oh, it is enough. I killed her. So I hit them on the back right there, and I actually killed Tristana, which is great. I would honestly say it's worth giving up Baron for what we got right here. We got a few kills, and Jace got another kill, and he got the turret, the botlane inhibitor. I would actually say it's kind of worth that we gave up Baron for this. As you can see, I do 25.3% of their HP and of the nearby enemies. So if it explodes on nearby enemies, it does that damage on them as well. It's huge. Like if you reach the late game, it's huge. This is not even 4 items. This is only 3.5 items, and I already with 25.3%. That's huge. It's like if the enemy has like 5,000 HP, it's gonna do like almost 1,300 HP before magic resist. So if you get that Void Staff, oh my god, it does huge damage, the explosion. And don't forget the Liandry's constantly chipping down their HP as well, because Liandry's does percentage HP as well. And another thing that does a percentage HP damage is any of your abilities that burn the enemies, besides the explosion, the burning itself also does 3% of their health. So you are, everything that you're building, the whole kit of brand, everything is revolved around percentage HP. Also you have a Giant Slayer, percentage HP. So this is why I'm really trying to tell you guys, whenever you see a beefy composition, for example, why do you guys think I picked Brand? Oh, look at this poking. I stole the Elder. I stunned him so he couldn't use his first ability, and he was disoriented from securing the Elder, and I actually stole it with the fire. But this is the reason why, what was I gonna explain? I had something. Oh, so the way you want to draft this champion, you almost never pick Brand, okay? I'm not saying this should be a popular pick, but the reason I picked Brand in this game, I saw a Swain and I saw a Nunu. These were the 2 champions that I saw, and I literally instantly picked Brand. Because I knew I could easily take care of Nunu. Brand is one of the hardest counters to Nunu. And the rest is not really a problem, you know, they picked Akali, they picked whatever, I don't really care. I know I can take care of that front line super easily. So those 2 champions was already enough of a reason for me to pick Brand in this game. Yeah, we have Elder now. We can, like, Brand with Elder is also one of the most broken things ever. Because remember, you keep refreshing the burning. Like right here, oh, this will do ridiculous damage to them. Like, look at that, dead, everyone is dead. Literally everyone. Like, even if my team wasn't here, this would have been a quadra kill for me. Because I burned all of them down. My team just secured the kills. I would have literally burned everyone to death right there. With that ultimate and Elder Dragon. Because they would never be able to sustain that damage. And that should be game. Now I wonder how much damage I did. I don't really remember how much it was. But surely it has to be a lot. This was actually a very clean Brand game. I have to say. No, like, this was a very clean Brand game. I don't know. Sometimes when I play a champion, you know, like Irelia. I'm not that good on Irelia, but sometimes when I play Irelia, whoo, I just destroy the enemies. Same story happened with Brand right here. So 58,000 damage. Look at that damage. That's ridiculous. So thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye bye.